Arkle 1964 here, another racecourse. This time Doncaster Racing League meeting. I said in the previous videos, similar to Sugar Cup, I don't like the concept racing league at all. I think it's useless, I said that. I went to the inaugural one, so I live in Newcastle. I thought I might have done the first one last year, and I don't think this concept works at all. But it's good racing and a good horse, and good horse, a good prize money. I think it's a decent meeting. It's not too much of Newcastle. It's about, well, I don't know, 40 quid each way. Cost of ticket's not that bad. So I thought I'd turn up to it, but I don't think the concept really works. The other thing, I don't know, I say a few things here, but I'll actually start off with a complaint about Chelmsford City, which is what I'm going to Doncaster. Today Chelmsford City spammed me. It did so in December as well. Now you may think this is today's August, says December, it's not that bad, 2 spam emails, not horrendous. But I've already, wasn't on my mail list in the first place. One time I've been in December 2015, I was checking some emails I sent. I actually asked them to go for mailing list then as well. I don't know whether it's spam me then too. But it was December. I accidentally actually copied the Arena Racing Company in. Well, I think it didn't. Well, I meant to copy the Arena Racing Company in. But the mistake I made was I thought they actually ran the course. You know about Great Lees, which was the course. It was started about 2008. Went to administration the next year, and then it was closed in 2015 when I went in December. But actually, no, it's just an independent track. And they apologised about it, so I was sorry about the email, because they're not selling any mail list in Chelmsford at all. I did actually, for every racecourse in Britain at some point, using a different email address, so seeing this one. Well, that's I passed through that, and I was thinking, just coming down, walking to the vet, we're here in Jesmond, or West Jesmond, actually, I live in Jesmond. But the problem was always the train cost. It wasn't actually like the race courses, even if it was a half price ticket, it was solely say Newton Abbot or Taunton or say Stratford. It's not different really. Well, Stratford I can get some cheap tickets for Carlisle possibly. You might go back there actually. But yeah, the problem with train cost, and that certainly wasn't going to help there. But yeah, it's the second time I've done it. Now it's actually for 2-hour ABBA tribute concert. Not particularly, I don't mind ABBA particularly. Mum hates ABBA, but I don't mind them too much. But now realising it's probably the 2 or 4 main list, but not the other. Always saying main list, 3 main lists I didn't sign up for. As in, we must have 2. I've got 2 main lists, one with horse racing, one non-horse racing. And they've added me to both without my permission, and only took me off one. It just and the issue isn't so much how many emails, it's December and today, it's competent use of data. Goodwood did this, and I think I did say this once before. When two organisations added me to a mailing list back onto a mailing list without my permission. One was a local sporting organisation I won't mention because I think we're a decent organisation. I just shouldn't have done that. They had me back on. The other one was Goodwood, and I did that about, what else is really arrogant sort of thing of, we think we're not quite, we're so important, we should have been adding you back on the mailing list. Didn't write it like that, obviously, but it came across like that. And at some also they had work ones going off the main list. This is about 6-7 years ago. We ended up going to their actual data guy, privacy guy, and he apologised, and they never got any spam from them ever again. Now at Central Station, just got some food and a drink. I might be going to Redcar on Saturday. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to a beer festival in Gosforth near where I live on Friday night, and frankly, I don't really know if I will want to get a bit hungover maybe. Have a few drinks today at Queen's Craft House or something, and then a couple of drinks probably at the pub I really do like, and one of my favourite pubs in the country, along with Newark, just by Marco pub is the Doncaster Brewery Tap. So a couple of afterwards, so it might be a bit, but when I go to beer festival on Friday, I've drank a lot recently, and I explained the issue about one of my videos. I was going to say I was going somewhere and then I didn't go waiting. So it's as if I feel like hungover on Saturday, so I may just not bother, I don't know yet. I have to buy a train ticket, it's not too much via Sunderland. Well, Darlington is about 4 quid more expensive, so I'll go via Sunderland when I go to Redcar and buy a ticket on the day. Now what I'm saying here about what I didn't do was Newmarket. Now a few videos I was going to go to Newmarket Racecourse. 3rd of July I got 2 tickets via being a Friends of Racing Welfare, so 3 tickets on the Jockey Club course, as I said, bar any meeting of the year, bar the Cheltenham Gold Cup, Aintree Grand National Day and the Epsom Derby Day. But it was train strikes in fact on the day, which annoyed me immensely. I'm not a great fan of either the train companies or train unions. But we saw a Dempsey West Coast tweet put out saying about an unofficial strike. And I thought, oh, that's really bad. I was looking going to Chester about 28th of September, and I was thinking, it wasn't necessarily that day, but I was just, oh, wonderful, that shouldn't be happening. But then I looked into it a little bit more. There's a reply, from Barry Lead, I think, Razlev, and it's certainly white, but that's a trade union. That it wasn't an official strike, it was just the drivers are not working their days off. And there were a lot of comments on my Twitter coming from Avanti, and I go up them about this actually, so I'm asking about train times, but a lot of them saying, look, this is not an official strike, and I'm really tearing into them, and correctly. Now, this is because not working days off is not an unofficial strike, it's just not working your days off. For drivers, people, and any job really, it's time to do, unless you've got an unfortunate contract. But yeah, but unfortunately I'm saying I don't know if I got to Peterborough or not back here for Newcastle and then to Newmarket. There was absolutely no way getting from Peterborough to Newmarket anyway. So I don't know, it's always possible I got an earlier train, but then I couldn't go back again probably. But I think, I'm not even sure how it was possible, but soon I couldn't go out of Peterborough, I just couldn't shift to Newmarket anyway. But I'm going to get both journeys were funded. And I said the ticket was a free ticket. I didn't think of it to be transferred to another meeting, but I thought, thinking this is I thought I support racing welfare for horse racing reasons, not for free tickets. So I don't mad about it. I'm not paid for tickets, okay. That day's not cost me anything. I did say in my last video, right at the end, I crashed to the ground because the shoe coming loose. And blunt shoes, that's a company, I'm really angry at them, came loose when I was walking on the asphalt at Sandown. I still hadn't been right, that's 2 weeks ago. I did fear at one point I might have broken something. And then the evening, I wasn't 100% sure what my leg hadn't done something. I thought I couldn't have broken something in my leg because I shouldn't have been really hardly. I was just about able to walk. The whole thing was an absolute disaster. And I still don't sure 100% right now. Last week, I'm not really looking after the leg well enough in a sensible manner. So next week, I'll have to be more careful. I did have a video conversation with Doctor who asked me to see a picture of my two legs or video, sort of text one, but send a picture. He said it's probably a soft tissue injury. Hopefully it'll be more short term, but in sense how short term compared to breaking a bone in your leg is another matter. But I may get off of a train, I think, quite soon. I've got a meet and Goodwood, I may have mentioned, I don't know. What else have we got? Newcastle Race League I'll go to. I was saying I've not mentioned that before because again, just didn't remember the day. Now I've got one or two others. I was looking at some like Yarmouth, Great Lusker, John Lusker, and possibly Newmarket, Newbury for free stakes. It might be a free cup or something, and Goodwood for foundation stakes. All the trains in London and back in are just much too expensive, so I'll leave those. Had considered a free, even 4-day Ebor meeting. There's some minor races I've not been to before, but minor races are quite good races actually. And a normal race card at York, I'll probably go to them just for those. But the trains are a bit too expensive. Actually, for a class ticket, 4 days. There's only £100, it's not that bad actually, I think, but the train's not bad. And Doncaster Leisure looking about 3 or 4 days for that, and there, apart from the Legends Day on Wednesday, the tickets are too expensive. So the other things coming up, I'll consider, but the trains are in a minute, rather expensive, more than I'd like, and I might not understand, certainly leaving some meetings off, I might have done otherwise. So, yeah, in Doncaster Racecourse, a couple of drinks. The pint you actually had to start off with, which was a nice enough Wasian stout at the Queen's, I think it was Queen's pub, whatever it was nice enough. I think actually Johnson Brewery stout had there wasn't great, it was okay, drinkable. Second pint whether that was much better, but nice. The staff were really nice, and it seemed a really nice clientele as well. It's quite a small pub, but yeah, it seemed it's probably character, some would say, and I think that's always useful, which is, I say I'm not rich on Wetherspoons for various reasons, and I think some of the pubs lack that really. It's sort of a larger pubs as well, the lack of sort of regular clients basically who are there, and Pullman actually recognised me, which surprised me, not really that often over the years, and she obviously recognised that chat with me, and I'm just saying obviously recognised me, and I was thinking, something happened at Pontefract in 2017, and there's 5 times during the year for 5 lister races at Pontefract. But 5th race, a woman, a barmaid, basically said, "Are you going racing again?" And I never so talked to her about racing. She must have known I was going racing. She must have recognised me after the 5th time. That's nice enough. Saying where, because I'm a bit unlikely. I'm saying I've got a race beer festival tomorrow night. I'm going to Google it at some point. I can't quite remember when. Probably this month. I have to look that up. Or just a decent race. I get some cheap tickets there and back. And it's not a listed race or anything, but it's a decent, valuable race, maybe handicap, I can't quite remember. Possibly it's late in the year, Warwick and Taunton, listed race in December, that's well off of course. Warwick's a possibility via Carlisle, you get 10% train tickets there. I've noticed actually via Carlisle, let's possibly say Stratford or Hampton, if they're finding to have decent meetings there, But it might be a possibility if it's really cheap. It's a possibility it's like 15 quid literally. When you cast to Wolverhampton via Carlisle and back again, really, really cheap. Also Stratford. And I attempted that, says that Ludlow, only been to Ludlow Racecourse once, and there's a few others, Hereford, only been to once. If I could do that, it'd be quite, it might be interesting. So that's well, later on. So I think that is it. Let's see my confused state. I said I mentioned Newcastle Racing League, which I'd go to. I would have gone to a Southwell one actually. In a video I haven't actually put on the internet yet. I went to a couple of times to Southwell end of last year and also New Year's Day. And originally I thought maybe it was Southwell pronunciation. I was saying there, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And my racecourse pronounces it Southwell. But enough times now it's been called Southwell as well. And I think I'll call it Southwell, but it could be either. It was a really good racing league meeting where one of my Southwell meetings, it must have made me a first of the two videos, saying it was Southwell saying, I believe it was a most valuable race in the history there, and I'm thinking, well, that doesn't say much to Southwell, frankly. It wasn't that valuable race. This definitely will be racing league one. There's no trains out. I had both times, well, the first time I think I went to Wollaston, which was a station next to Southwell. I had my final race. I'm not sure I don't think I did. I think it was nearly enough meeting. But the problem there, but here it's just impossible. It's an evening meeting, and it's can't. The last trains I think just either trying to go even by Nottingham. I have to go. It would normally go. Obviously, the easy way for me is by Newark. 7:15, 7:20 is just out of the question. I missed at least literally half a meeting. It's rather annoying, really. And I just wonder if someone should. I'm saying we can leave an evening thing, but if you've got no trains, I mean, there's a number of people getting the train. It's not huge, I have to admit. I've been getting a train to maybe to Wollaston for Southwell. But it's in Kelso. Kelso's a nightmare getting when it used to be getting on Sundays. Now impossible from Berwick to Kelso on bus. None of this is anything whatsoever to Doncaster. So a nice enough time here. Doncaster Route Tap, I didn't mention it. Was above that for the last 2 pints. I don't know, I'm thinking of any other meetings for possibilities. There's a few I could have done first with a possibility, but you can't get train tickets at first, it's annoying. And often it's more expensive at first than to York, because York can have train tickets, but not first, because that's a shorter journey. And that was a bit much. I did think of Pontefract on something else, possibly on the Thursday, September 16th, I think. But I'll go to York Beer Festival instead, hopefully with some friends. Might not be able to make it, but I think hopefully there'll be enough people making that. So I think of that eventually will be that.